What's up, YouTube? My name is Talon, and today I'm here to share my overall thoughts on Thunderbolts. I'm really not going to get into spoilers, but at the same time, there's really not much to spoil because at the end of the day, I feel like this movie, it wasn't like a filler movie, but it's like more of a side story compared to everything else that's going on. Um, I did really enjoy this movie. I think I probably will enjoy this movie a little more than a lot more people because everything that builds up this movie, I've enjoyed those products. So I enjoyed the Hawkeye series. I've enjoyed the Black Widow series, which of course has Yelena in it and Red Guardian. The Hawkeye series, of course, has Yelena in it, so you can get some side story from there. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in a way, like, it doesn't build this up, but it gives you some backstory on Bucky that makes the Thunderbolts movie a little bit better. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp, being able to see Ghost Story that, adds into Thunderbolts. But overall, I feel like the hand-to-hand combat and like overall like fight sequences in this movie was really good. And of course you have to get that with a lot of super soldiers. So we have US Agent, we have Red Guardian, we have Yelena, all these super soldiers in this movie to like really have some good fight scenes. I would say if you're coming into this movie wanting a Taskmaster story, subvert your expectations on that character. I won't like spoil anything, but just subvert your expectations, because if you didn't enjoy Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie, you're really not going to enjoy Taskmaster in this movie. I would say this movie is a good comfort movie for me. It honestly made me feel a lot better after watching this movie, because all of these people, all of them have their own shit going on, and Bucky is probably the most sane out of all of them, even though he's been through the most shit. But all of them has mental health issues, including the quote-unquote villain Sentry, which isn't really the villain of the movie, but he kind of is the antagonist. But by the end of the movie, they're like slowly getting through their shit. Now personally, I would have liked to see more of what US Agent was going through, more of what Red Guardian was going through, because this movie pretty much puts Yelena in the forefront and she's the main character. Now Yelena is my favorite character out of the movie, and she's been the one that I was most excited for when going into this movie. So like for that, I'm fine. But I know US Agent has a ton of fans, especially after the Falcon and Winter Soldier movie, but he still has a good part to play in the movie. And then even Bucky too, Bucky comes with his own fans, which I love Bucky. But I would say the character that like I was most interested in when it comes to this movie was Yelena. Florence Pugh did her thing. She's a great actress, especially when it comes to comedy, the action, just talking scenes too. Like, she's great in this movie. I think all the actors in total, whether it was Valentina or the whole Thunderbolts team, they were all really, really good when it came to the acting performance in this movie. I enjoyed it. If I had to rank this movie, I would say that it's an 8 out of 10. But like I said, it's probably going to be one of my comfort movies. A lot of my comfort shows and movies that's come from Marvel has been Moon Knight, the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, the Black Widow movie, and then now Thunderbolts. And weirdly enough, all of these outside of Moon Knight, of course, are all like intertwined and connected. So like I said, I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I'm probably going to see it again, probably this weekend, maybe even early next week or something like that. But this is a movie that like I would like to go out and watch again, especially since I know what's coming. I really liked how they did the Sentry Void in here, because he's very powerful, and like they showcase him as a powerful character. So in turn, when you have a team of a bunch of super soldiers, you have to end the movie in a way that feels right, because everybody knows going into this movie, if you're a comic book reader, or if you're a casual like fan of the comics, you know that a whole team of super soldiers cannot defeat Sentry. So of course they have to do it in a way to end the movie. So if you're expecting Sentry to get beat down, killed, or anything, subvert your expectations, because that's just not going to happen. But like I said, they end the movie in a great way. I love the ending. I think the ending was probably one of the best endings that we've gotten in Marvel in a while, because when you're initially watching it, you feel like it's going to end one way, and then all of a sudden it just like flips a switch, and then it's like, what the hell? But like I said, I really enjoyed it. There was 2 post-credit scenes, so one mid-credit scene and then a post-credit scene. Very much, hyping up like what's to come next down the line. Unfortunately, it's well, I would say in a way it kind of does get you ready for Avengers Doomsday that we're getting next year, but also it hypes up another movie, the next movie. So I feel like it's minor spoilers, but if you don't want to hear this, just skip ahead. But it kind of hypes up the Fantastic Four movie. You don't see anything like a whole lot, but it gets you excited for the next movie. So, but like I said, all in all, I really enjoy this movie. If I had to rank it again, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. A lot of people are saying that it's the best movie since Endgame. I would say that's more or less of a stretch, because especially like Spider-Man No Way Home, I would put over the Thunderbolts. Shang-Chi, I would put over the Thunderbolts. I would have to really like look at all the movies that's actually come out outside of the Thunderbolts, but I would say like it's like out of like those 3 movies I just named, it's definitely right there, neck and neck, because like I liked it better than, of course, the Ant-Man movie, Quantumania. I liked it better than the Black Widow movie. So I would say like it's up there when it comes to quality wise. But as far as like saying that it's the best movie since Endgame and pushing out all the other movies, I wouldn't necessarily agree. But it's really good. It's definitely a step in the right direction. I enjoyed it way more than I enjoyed the Captain America Brave New World movie. I feel like the combat in this movie was a lot better. Whoever they had as the stunt coordinator for this should have been working on Captain America, because I just didn't like the hand-to-hand combat in the beginning and middle of Captain America Brave New World. But whatever. It does, take place like continuing the timeline. So, that's always good to see the timeline continuously getting pushed forward. But definitely go check out this movie. It's very enjoyable. Don't expect a movie to like blow you away, especially like Deadpool and Wolverine. I would probably still put Deadpool and Wolverine above the Thunderbolts. But like I said, the Thunderbolts is still a enjoyable movie. Like, this is an 8 out of 10 movie. I loved it. Like I said, I would definitely go see it again. And once it's on Disney Plus, or even I might even buy it on a physical copy just to have and be able to watch as many times as I want. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about the Thunderbolts, or if you plan on seeing it this weekend. Try to not really talk spoilers in the comments, because I don't want anybody spoiled. But like I said, there's really not too much to spoil about this movie. It's a side project that kind of just builds things up for like what's going to happen in Doomsday and eventually Secret Wars. So like I said, go out and check it out. But if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like this video. Of course, subscribe because I am doing some giveaways. So got a lot of big things coming for the channel. And then I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later.